Hey folks, this is Coach Matt Swartout of the Dirty Gym Barbell Club in Dayton, Ohio. I'm giving you my first video update ever. I figured this would be a little bit easier for me to give regular updates to folks who are tracking our progress, our athletes' progress. I'm trying to get a few of our other guys to do the same thing. Throw a video out there for everybody to watch every couple of weeks. Get a good idea of what our team's doing and what our training's like. But I want to kind of give an overview of what I'm working on, not only as a coach, but as an athlete. Right now, as most of you know, my focus is primarily on powerlifting and bodybuilding to jump weight classes between 181 all the way up to 198 and sitting into the 210, 220 body weight category walking around. So I can basically jump between 198 and 220 as I need to. My lifts in the past have never been that stellar, as my background has always been in endurance sports for about 10 years and then into CrossFit and functional strength training. My transition working with my fellow coach Marcus Muchek has been primarily in body recomp, getting bigger, getting stronger, and focusing a little bit more on one or two sports, weightlifting and powerlifting, a little bit of strongman mixed in there. But as of the past couple training cycles, the real focus has been getting my body moving again from putting about 30 to 35 pounds on over the past 6 or 7 months. I walk around right now at about 205 to 210 pounds. That's about as heavy as I want to get at this stage of my training, to be able to cut down to 198 and really kind of recomp my body where I'm at. My numbers right now, meet numbers, the 181 class, I've been sitting around 1,400 total. I've been trying to push into the 1,600 pound total, which if anybody familiar with the USPF category rankings is really, I'm trying to push into the class master level lifter, which is sitting just under elite. USPF rankings are kind of the more respected rankings when people are talking about elite level lifters. So that's kind of what we grade our lifters off of at the Dirty Gym to give them a good cross cut across all the federations that are out there in powerlifting. So really what I'm looking at is a 600 pound squat, an over 600 pound deadlift, and an over 400 pound bench press. As kind of a side note, my real goal, within the club is we've got a real strong lifter on the board in the 198 class. Goes by the name of Samsa, and his current lifts right now are sitting at a 440 bench press, which is going to be pretty tough for me to do, a 595 pound squat, and a 600 deadlift. So my real ulterior motive is to wipe that guy off the board as the coach and solidify myself in our own club records. Right now, his numbers, if he had walked into a USPF meet today, USPA meet today, he'd set a couple American records there, excluding the deadlift. He'd have the bench, the squat, and the total. Sam's since stopped lifting, and I'm about to wipe him out. So my progress over the past 3 training cycles has been going real good. I'm going to post some videos at the end of this clip. My bench progress has gone up. I've been focusing the past training cycle on a 2-second pause bench with reps with a pause afterwards. We've got a kilo set I've been working off of because I want to be the most accurate in my bench press, which is usually the toughest one to do off calibrated plates. And I've made some good progress setting a 375 pound touch and go this week. I've been doing some overloaded squats with bands to take some load off the bottom position with about full load at the top, hitting a pretty hefty 580 something pound squat. I've also been doing some deficit deadlifts off some pretty squishy foam, about 3 inches the past 3 weeks, and I've pushed from about a 535 pound pull to really close to my meet level lift, pulling 575, which is only 5 pounds off of my meet PR. Meet goals, I'm really not focused on knocking down a meet right now until my numbers are where I want them to be. I'll probably be walking into a meet with my fellow coaches later this year, and I'd really like to break that 1,500 pound mark at my next meet, which I'm really close to doing right now. Things holding me back. My nutrition's been on point. My training's been on point. I got a brand new training partner. Shout out to Nate McNeil. He's been killing it. I tend to mow over my training partners, and he's been really keeping up with me, making huge gains along the progress line. But the biggest thing holding me back right now is really the squat. I've always had a big issue with the squat, especially when I make changes in body comp, adding weight, losing weight. Primarily from my background in endurance sports, I've got a lot of arthritis in both knees. I tend to get bone on bone if I wear knee wraps, which is why I squat primarily with anything less than knee sleeves, so no sleeves or some sleeves for a few days. Otherwise my knees really start aching. So I'm really focused in on my mobility work. I tend to take a focus on my squats as really focused on setting that big heavy single first, pulling back and doing the work sets, but as soon as my knees start aching, I drop the sets right off. Primarily just to train another day. So I've been making good progress, getting back into good squatting form. Mobility in the shoulders isn't very good, so I haven't been able to hit pretty good low bar lately. I've been primarily doing high bar position, putting some good size on my legs, but again, with me, with size comes some mobility issues in my knees, a lot of knee pain, hip pain. So I'm really trying to get ahead of that with a lot of foam rolling, ball rolling, really aggressive stretching regimen. I spend about 6 to 12 hours a week doing mobility work through the hips and through the hamstrings and quads and shoulders, and really trying to make progress on those lifts so I can get back to squatting with volume. And as soon as I can do that, I'm really going to see my squat jump up. So that's been my update for the week. I hope you enjoy the clips afterwards. If you've seen them already, sorry. I was pretty proud of them. I posted them all over. And I plan on doing this kind of an update pretty frequently. I know I get a lot of questions on nutrition. What did I do to pack on so many pounds over the past 6 months? What am I doing to counterbalance and keep my lifts moving up? And I'm going to hopefully address a lot of that stuff in some quick videos. So I hope you enjoy this. Make sure to subscribe to the Dirty Gym YouTube channel below. Follow the links below because I'll usually do a write-up on our site to go along with the video. And like the video if you enjoyed it.
You got to get in it, buddy. Yeah. Own it, man. Own it. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Let's go. Strong back. Tighten up, tighten up. Up, 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 up.